Since 2014, our country has been plagued by divisive forces. TMC is in Meghalaya with the mission to empower the people, uphold ethnic cultures and traditions, celebrate the sacred land. To oust the proxy BJP government from Meghalaya, be the change, support TMC by calling on 96877 96877.
The National People Party lani NPP klayoban pedang buram MDC kanong spongsoyong uba Sherbor El Maulong uba nakaseng HSPDP uba pyniasoh iladia syaka NPP ringkat chairman ka GHADC uba Ashan K Shangpung kini arngot kibawan syong wan salang no bat ke NPP ringkat kinong kesyan bakinong kitkam hagani kasi konra sama uba dayu National President lambat Vice President kira pedang bat penkup buram kini ki belawan syakaseng NPP minta kasi balang kakasan terek unaila aja apuar.
Had taught us one very basic but very important principle in life. And he told us that if you want to be in politics and if you want to serve the state and the country, then whatever you do in your life, you have to keep the people at the center of everything that you do. Because you're here to work for the people. You're here to serve the people, and hence every decision you make, every work that you do must be guided by a spirit of serving the people of the state and the country. So if you don't keep the people at the heart of what you do, then you will get lost in this entire complexity of politics and public service. And if you keep people at the center of your decision making and let that guide you, whatever the complication may be, you will always make the right decision. A very simple principle that he taught us. And I have tried to always ensure that that principle is what guided me. And I can tell you that to a large extent, I have found that to be one of the best ways to ensure that you do the right thing. It's just a coincidence also that the name of our party also, that the heart of it is people. We are National People's Party. And if you remember, we had taken over the National People's Party from the unit in Manipur. So we never actually came up with the name in the beginning. National People's Party was formed back in 1980s, late 80s, early 90s in Manipur. But it was late P.S. Sangma who took over the party and gave it a national status and national level and built the party from literally from scratch. But the word people, as maybe it was destiny, that he used to always believe in being guided by people's principle, that ultimately God blessed us with a party which was called National People's Party. And hence, today, I can tell you that even in our governance, in whatever we do, we listen to the people. We try to do what we feel is best in the interest of the people of our state. There have been many situations where we faced numerous challenges, I don't have to tell you. I remember recently in Garo Hills also, we faced a number of challenges regarding district council there. We had made a decision, but we went to the people. The people's ideas were different. And we realized that we must listen and work for the benefit for the people. And hence, that is what has been our guiding factor throughout what we did. And I'm happy to tell you that in the last 4 years, we have seen that the state's governance has gone to a different level. In the entire assembly session, we have spoken about the different transformations that have taken place in different sectors. And when I say that, I don't mean to claim that we have changed everything. It's not possible. It takes time. But we have made a lot of advancement in most of the sectors that you can imagine. Today I was reading out and informing the House that we have been constructing on an average 2.2 kilometers of roads every day in the rural areas. 2.2 kilometers roads every day through different state and PMGSY and central schemes. That's the kind of work we've been doing. When we had started our state, there were only 4,000 houses which had, in the rural areas, which have water with pipe drinking water. And today, in less than 2 years from the time the scheme started, we have over 2.5 lakh houses today having water with pipe. And we intend to saturate and make sure that at the earliest, we are able to give water to every house in the state. So this is the way we have been working and taking the state forward in many sectors. Just today in the House also I was announcing, after detailed discussion with cabinet colleagues, that we have 2 airports in the state. One is in Umroi and the second one in Jingjal in West Garo Hills. And we as a cabinet, after discussion with our colleagues, with the Honorable Deputy Chief Minister and others, we have decided and announced it in the House today that the airport in Umroi will be named as Late Bibi Lingdo Airport, and the airport in Garo Hills will be named after late Captain W.A. Sangma. And I know that there are many leaders. We had great difficulty. We were thinking who should we name it after. It was not easy for us because each and every leader was a tall figure and who had contributed immensely to the state. But we felt that the level of contribution made by these 2 leaders specifically needed to be recognized. And we consulted the public. And with that, we were able to come to a conclusion. And very soon, the cabinet will be approving that. But we have decided that we will go ahead with that, with those names. Recently, I've been reading in the papers and getting different messages about people's concerns about different programs that we're doing. There was a message that came to me saying that is it true that the state is going to go ahead with casinos in the state? So I told the people who asked me the question, I said, in the beginning, when we started this entire exercise, the idea was to regulate existing gaming parlors. Today, there are multiple gaming parlors. We call them jackpot parlors. I think they're more famous by jackpot parlors. These jackpot parlors are running everywhere in the city and in different parts of the state. But there is no law to regulate them. There is no rules formulated to say what they can do or what they cannot do. And they've been functioning for 25 years. And there is no tax on them either. Hence, they are completely functioning without any kind of regulation. And therefore, as a government, we felt it is important to regulate these different jackpot parlors. And hence the gaming regulation came in. But in the regulation, of course, we had options of online gaming and offline gaming. And we felt that if there is a mechanism through which we can have offline gamings also, that means all these games being played on the table, which is what casinos are. If we can have these kind of games in a separate gaming zone, which is away from our main state, our main cities, in the area which is closer towards Guwahati. And if we are able to earn substantial revenue from it, so that we can pay different aspects of teachers, different schools to be built, different hospitals to be built, so on and so forth, the different issues we have. We calculated that this sector has approximately a possibility of giving us 500 crores of revenue a year. With all the difficulty with other issues of mining and other issues, government of Meghalaya had to explore different options. So we thought that if these gaming zones are away from the cities, away from the main part of the state, and in a specific area, confined to a specific location, and we ensure that locals cannot play there, then we will be able to get our revenue also, and we will be able to at the same time ensure that the social impact of these kind of things is not there on our youth and our citizens. And hence the process started. Some paperwork went on. But then we got calls from the people. We got messages from the church. We got messages from different organizations saying we need to think about this. And as soon as these messages came to us, we all sat down and discussed, and we said, we will have to discuss with the people first. And hence, whatever proposals and processes that had happened up to that point was there, but beyond that, we had stopped all the processes from that time. Since the time the public debate and discussion started, and from the time when the church leaders and different organizations started meeting us and expressing their concerns. Again, a reflection of people-centric governance. We need to listen to the people's voice. And hence we understand that yes, there is a huge opportunity for revenue, but there are concerns that the people still have. And so, we said we will not move further. But by that time, certain provisional licenses were given. And when I say provisional, these are conditional licenses which will lapse automatically if the processes don't start. And for the processes to start, it is only through the state government's permission that they can. And hence, when this public debate started, we immediately put a stop to any further paperwork to be done. We have put a stop to any kind of permission to open up things. But the paperwork that was done before, there were 3 organizations that were given provisional licenses, were done way before this public debate started. And hence, legally, it is not just possible for us to simply cancel because it goes to court. But, as it's a provisional license, it requires them to start operating within a certain period of time. And if they do not, then the provisional license automatically lapses. And they cannot continue with things. So let me, on this stage, while talking to all of you, let me reiterate that we as a government and as a party, we have our ideas and programs to move forward. We have plans and programs to increase the revenue for the state. But whatever we do, like in every other programs that we have done, we keep the people first. We consult. And that is the reason why as soon as the people express their concerns about this, we have put a stop to any further proceedings in this aspect. So let me assure all of you, including the people of our state, that without the taking the people into confidence, there is no question of any further movement in this line. So there should not be any doubt in people's mind that this party and this government will ever do anything that is going to go against the will and the desire of the people of our state. So whatever discussions are there, we will talk, we will discuss, we will lay down all the facts, and still if we need to discuss and debate, we will further debate. Recently, in the CRPC issue of the district council, the court has given us an order that we have to go ahead, and if we don't give the necessary powers to the judicial magistrates, then they will cease to function in the future. It was a very difficult position for us, and if we wanted, we could have just simply bulldozed. But then we realized that this is not the way we work, and hence we had 3 cabinet meetings where we postponed and deferred the subject because we had multiple discussions. And then we had 2 meetings with the Khasi Hills District Council for a couple of hours to hear their problems, to clarify their issues, and to make them understand that whatever we do in the CRPC issue that we are having now for the judicial magistrates, this will in no way impact the powers of the Khasi Hills or the Jaintia Hills or any district council. The judiciary powers of the district council are derived from para 4 and 5 of the 6th schedule of the Constitution of India. A simple notification of government of Meghalaya cannot, even if somebody misinterprets that notification, no notification can overrule the Constitution of India. And hence, the district councils and the courts have full protection. And the only purpose of us doing this was to ensure that the judicial magistrates now, who are functioning as the ADC judiciary used to do before, but after the segregation from executive to judiciary, the ADC judiciary ceases to exist. And hence, the judicial magistrate requires some source of power to be derived on them. And hence, this notification. That is all. So whatever the ADC judiciary used to do before, the judicial magistrate will do in the future. There's nothing to do with the powers of the Khasi Hills and the Jaintia Hills and the Garo Hills District Council. And we reached that conclusion, and finally we are moving forward after multiple rounds. As I said, because we engage with the people. We always believe in ensuring that we discuss with people. So hence, my friends, the reason I'm telling you all of this is that people have seen that the National People's Party stands for the people of our state. The National People's Party never compromises on the concerns that the public has. The National People's Party is a people-centric party. Whether it's Deputy Chief Minister or Chief Minister or anybody, we listen to the people's will. And that is why today, in different parts of the state and the Northeast, many people and leaders are joining the National People's Party as we keep the people at the heart of whatever we do, and that is a guiding principle for us.
Kabha tangbang join parti NPP siang parti bakam ha susu. Nagalang jonga sun at bleker pang ipibaro ki president ki secretary jong ki primary unit baper jong soyong block hibrohoy. Da jeng lang jong pi KMC nya banwan ban pyniasoh yelali kumu MDC jong R4R nong spong soyong constituency. Namar lai ya jintrekam jong sorkar hakirik snam na debno sibun telik surok sibun telik snang kumbam kumdi bamyo umbam mentaglayo kisnang bamyo surok mentaglayo magramaskan bakani NPP kani parti NPP kadang treasurer nang ni semak batlam artin neskam bau snam ar pulai kani parti kani yo melam marwe yana jelah jongi kumbong kekot melung susutam kantam kinong soyong jongi kami pai ba akmat jongpi ba pintip sino banjam Don ke NPP ban lam nanti ban im kerteng sa kanam. Ha. Nagale jonga ang kerku kerdo parti. Barang semai. Haji ngalam jogi dorong ba jogi. Ban lam bet. Ya kan tiga balik. Namar kebabi mentala bun jengno bun jengtho nar bajan election. Kumta kene parti ka parti kumdap senrang kam salea ka thom chaprang banile nam ta jinge jong pai ba.
Henry has to ask us how ngai election MDC Henry have to pat nas ngubak ngalim tang papenyo tali ki vote ditang mengilangot ki betri ki betri ba ikri parti di Eastern State Henry len ba jingpi pristom jok ni arut kerang ba ngalaban ong bahwa ada khatnyo kelio pan penmi yo candidate jong UDP bat lekesan hadu pun job bat long minister hadu mentang Henry has to ada kendai piang ngai le biang election MDC bat job don buram nakan di parti UDP Henry ke kedau bapelong nga bangan mino parti UDP yang lepor kalong bang omde bangadan dau bat kanu ke parti ni omde bangaduan kedau bapersa di parti UDP lani bat MLA kibimi khmat di konstituensi bangadan Henry hadin bangal bisa nya jika jinglong jingman jongka sanjima sima kene julang wi jangi nia iba ditangkan di parti National People's Party kebenut banle ikam kiba pat ki parti kula banle ngalaban ong dadangi pai kendiat haji dei bat nek tema long ru itang ke parti NP kebenut takti border dispute bat kumta kerter tekani kedau pelong yang nyngkong dengan jid di parti DP ndek mentang bani tu rengkat bat kini ke parti National People's Party nadu mentas ni lasai balas ngiru kumju berhawai ngamla banlen bangat iba hangte dapot distrik kebangadan Eastern Hills wala da NPP kam dan MLA watang weru hande nga iba ikam ki bagai NPP kan le kalong ke bentai sibun yo ki development kam tam po konstitusi janga ikam ki bagai NPP leng ba kita sidom jang sa kontrak belum chief minister jongi bat kumjuru sa presiden tulcong belum PWD minister lihat sibun ki jengrap nagam ta kitan nong dong kijongi hak cukup poru ngalaban ong bagane gede kepor bat ayom jong ke parti NPP bat nga kecingkerman jong nga gede por ngalaban ong ba ke parti NPP harus ada mulai kan yo bantau sarkar morwe nga ya kita gelong kecingkerman jong nga program ini dekan dia nga kok beri tuang ni baka hangte cang hills borowe hawewe MLA kiduan saw ni sangut ki MDC konstitusi tandai nga sorong ngalong pat bahapok MDC jonga dan hapok ga jepek jonga ko MDC kiduan armut ki MLA 5.5 saya pun debat nasib sekat konstitusi handai sen bakat ngalaban ong baka argendai batau nakadong konstitusi kebangan likmat sen berkat arut ki MLA bakwe kelong konstitusi menang saden hadu kata-kata habai nujuar bat ki konstitusi hapo trong kerja jahi berapa nata kadau ke pulau nga man sim ni kini gerai rengkat ber dislok ke jonga bat kibang kesan kini ye ke jonga kibangani kemat bat kam tam bat ni kena alam menson